Nvidia's market capitalization topped $2 trillion before falling below the mark again. The chipmaker hit $1 trillion in value after 24 years as a public company, but it jumped to $2 trillion after only 8 months thanks to an insatiable demand for artificial intelligence. Nvidia's chips are in all of the most advanced AI systems. On Wednesday, the company turned in a third straight quarter of forecast-beating results. The moon lander Odysseus is stranded on its side after its white-knuckle touchdown as the first private spacecraft ever to reach the lunar surface. Houston-based Intuitive Machines said that although Odysseus made it to the surface intact, the six-legged craft apparently tripped over its own feet, Reuters reports. It's been 2 years since Russia invaded Ukraine, with tens of thousands having perished in a war that's ushered in the most geopolitically dangerous era in decades. The Kremlin could deploy a nuclear weapon into space as early as this year, the U.S. told allies, just before the Biden administration unveiled a far-reaching sanctions package against Russia. U.S. President Joe Biden, in the aftermath of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny's death, blamed Vladimir Putin and called him a crazy SOB. China is planning to send a new pair of giant pandas to the U.S. as soon as the end of this summer. If all permits and other requirements are approved, 2 bears, a male and a female, are expected to be sent to San Diego on loan, San Diego zoo officials told AP. Nearly all the iconic bears on loan to U.S. zoos were repatriated to China last year as relations soured between the two nations. Just 4 pandas remain in the U.S., all at the zoo in Atlanta. That zoo's loan agreement expires later this year. Market capitalization. Market capitalization. Insatiable. Insatiable. Forecast beating. Forecast beating. Strand. Strand. White knuckle. White knuckle. Touchdown. Touchdown. Lunar. Lunar. Intuitive. Intuitive. Intact. Intact. Trip over. Trip over. Perish. Perish. Usher. Usher. Deploy. Deploy. Unveil. Unveil. Far-reaching. Far-reaching. Sanction. Sanction. In the aftermath of. In the aftermath of. Iconic. Iconic. Repatriate. Repatriate. Americans are spending more than 11% of their disposable income on food, the highest level in 30-plus years, matching 1991, the Wall Street Journal reports. Groceries and restaurants are both getting more expensive. This measure could help explain why Americans feel badly about the economy, despite promising signs for the nation as a whole. Apple is said to be canceling a decade-long bid to build an electric car, abandoning one of the most ambitious forays in the history of the company. Apple made the disclosure internally Tuesday, surprising the nearly 2,000 employees working on it. BYD has an electric supercar to rival Ferrari. The world's biggest electric vehicle seller has debuted its most expensive car, a 1.68 million yuan, $233,450 high-performance fully electric supercar. BYD says the Yangwang U9 can hit 100 kilometers per hour, 62 miles per hour in 2.3 seconds, and reach a top speed of 309.19 kilometers per hour. North Korea became a bigger threat while the world was busy with wars in Europe and the Middle East. Kim Jong-un enlarged his nuclear arsenal, built ties to Russia, and ditched hopes of reunifying with South Korea. All that has the U.S. and its allies alarmed. Nuclear weapons are also on Germany's radar. amid Russian expansionism and fears about a potential Trump administration's disengagement from Europe. Disposable, disposable, promising, promising, foray, foray, disclosure, disclosure, supercar, supercar, debut, debut, arsenal, arsenal, ditch, ditch, expansionism, expansionism, disengagement, disengagement,